Hello, Word. Listeners, I'm Alex, and welcome to another episode where we explore the wonderful world of English vocabulary. Today, our word of the day is entry. So, what does entry mean? Simply put, entry is the act of going in or the right or opportunity to go in. It's a B1 level noun, which means it's a common word used in everyday English. We use entry to describe physically going into a place, like an entry to a building, but also in more abstract ways, like an entry in a diary. Let's explore some synonyms. One synonym for entry is access. For example, you need a key card for access to the building. Another synonym is entrance. Think of it as the place where you enter and the action of entering. For example, the main entrance is on Oak Street. A slightly more formal synonym could be admission, often used when talking about gaining entry to events or institutions. For instance, the price of admission to the museum is $10. We can also use the word inlet, especially when talking about a body of water. For example, the boat sailed through the narrow inlet. Another option, depending on the context, is passage. The secret passage led to the hidden room. Now, let's look at some antonyms, words that mean the opposite of entry. The most obvious antonym is exit. The exit is located at the back of the theater. Another is departure. This refers to the act of leaving. For example, the plane's departure was delayed due to bad weather. We could also use egress, which is a more formal word for going out or leaving. The building has several egress points in case of a fire. Another antonym is retreat, which implies moving back or withdrawing. The army was forced to retreat from the battlefield. Finally, consider withdrawal, often used when referring to removing oneself or something from a place. The withdrawal of troops from the region began yesterday. So, how do we use entry in everyday life? Think about situations like entering a competition. You need to complete an entry form. Or consider keeping a diary. Each day you make a new entry. Maybe you're going to a concert. You need to show your ticket for entry. Or perhaps you're talking about computer data. You might need to input an entry into a database. Let's explore some more usage examples in sentences and phrases. She won the competition with her entry. The museum charges a small fee for entry. He forced his entry into the house. Please fill out the entry form. The new law restricts the entry of certain goods. He made an entry in his journal every night. The unauthorized entry of the building is prohibited. The password is required for entry to the system. The entry hall was decorated with flowers. They denied him entry to the club. The artist submitted an entry to the art exhibition. Her late entry to the race surprised everyone. He gained entry to the university through hard work. The bouncer checked IDs at the entry point. The entry wound was small but deep. The ship made its entry into the harbor. The band made a grand entry onto the stage. The athlete's entry into the Olympics was a dream come true. Proper documentation is required for legal entry into the country. The website requires a username and password for entry. Okay, let's wrap things up. Today we learned about the word entry, which means the act of going in. We explored synonyms like access, entrance, admission, inlet, and passage, and antonyms like exit, departure, egress, retreat, and withdrawal. We also looked at how entry is used in everyday conversation and in a variety of sentences. Thank you for joining me on Hello, Word. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others discover the show and learn English with us. Now, for your homework, I encourage you to create your own sentence using the word entry and share it as a comment under this episode. I can't wait to see what you come up with.